I hope that old man got the tractor beam out of commission, or this is going to be a real short trip. Okay, hit it!
Hey everybody, welcome to Group Therapy, a show for Star Wars collectors. We get together every other Friday night live on YouTube and try to talk each other into spending a small fortune on hot toys, statues, helmets, prop replicas, and models. If they're expensive, we need a complete set. I'm your host, Steve, and tonight I am joined by Matt. How you doing, Matt?
Good. You added models into there now, huh?
Yeah, it was time. You guys might notice it.
It keeps growing. That list keeps growing.
Yeah,
pretty soon we're gonna have to change the shirt to say all this stuff soon.
I know. It's definitely not gonna happen. But whatever. That's cool. It's great. Doing good. I'm a little tired tonight, but I'm sure I'll rally and be all right. So
all right.
All
right, cool. Well, it's great to have you on.
Thank you.
Chris, how you doing, buddy?
I am also very tired. So but I'll be fine. My wife's got me working on the house, so I'm gonna persevere. So I'm good. I'm really good.
All right. And then finally, Jason, what's going on, man?
I'm good. I'm actually not so tired, which is good. And
wow,
we get to be here on a Friday night, talking some shop with you fellas.
Good. Well, it's good to have you all on. Let's see. I got notice from Cece that Cece's been sick all week, so she wasn't sure if she was going to make it tonight or not. Hoping some get well wishes out to Cece there. Hope she's feeling better. Maybe she'll slip into the chats here and participate.
Dude, and you were even going to throw her a bone tonight.
Oh, I was. Yeah. Well, I still think I'm going to talk about it. But we were going to cover a Batman thing tonight, and I asked Cece, "Hey, you want to do it?" So, but we'll still cover it. And then you have to forgive me, guys. I'm actually getting over pneumonia, so I've got this lingering asthmatic cough that I'm having trouble getting rid of.
Tough life.
So I may be coughing here a little bit. So I don't know what the hell I was saying. Oh, so CC's probably not going to be on, and then what's his name? Rob said that he's got a meeting tomorrow that he's going to get up early for or whatever, get started early for. So he's blowing us off tonight.
That's not a good enough excuse.
Yeah, whatever. But we'll miss both those folks tonight. Let's see. Why don't we go ahead and get started here and talk a little bit about what we have going on in our collections this week. And let's see. We'll start with Chris. Chris, how about you, buddy?
I got nothing, dude. I'm just building stuff. That's it. The only thing I get like model kits in the mail that are like $20 here and there, but for the most part, like I haven't bought nothing.
So you're basically buying just like old model kits from like the 70s?
Yeah, vintage model kits just to pluck on kit parts onto, like specifically my Sandcrawler right now. I'm working on that way too much. I really wanted to order a couple hot toys, but I didn't. There's four of them I want to order. Good
choice. Hold back.
You're still ordering hot toys, Chris.
No, I don't have one. I don't have even one on order, but four of them have popped up that I really like. There's the three Guardians.
The Loki ones?
The three Guardian ones.
Mm-hmm.
And the Emperor from Clone Wars. That's I want those four.
How did you like the Guardians?
I liked
the newest movie, Chris.
I liked it a lot,
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it's definitely better than what Marvel has been putting out for a while now. It's probably one of the better things.
I love the Guardians.
So do I.
Yeah.
So.
Guardians is almost like Star Wars.
It's definitely not. Was definitely not as good as the first two, but
no.
But I fully agree with you. It's better than any other Marvel movie that's come out.
Infinitely better.
in this. What is this, phase 4 or whatever this is?
And I actually got a little choked up at one point in it too. It pulled me at my heartstrings a little bit when
nice.
Yeah, I had to hold back.
That's
Got
a good
like
That's a good thing.
so.
Yeah. We caught that in the theaters the other day. That was great. I also caught John Wick 4. Any of you guys seen that yet?
I have it. I haven't seen it yet. I need to watch it.
I thought it was great.
Oh, did you? Oh man,
Yeah.
it was 3 hours of tedium. It just was like,
You didn't like it, huh?
No, I didn't.
No kidding.
No, we were all sitting. The family was all sitting there, and we're like making fun of it as we were watching it.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was. But well, glad you enjoyed it, Jason. It was a long one.
Did you like the other 3?
Oh, love them. Yeah.
Oh, it's interesting. Okay.
This one was just like the plot was, and it was basically, it felt like a video game, right? Where you're fighting one level, you get to the end of the level, and then you switch over to the next level, and the fighting starts all over again like 3 seconds later. You know, there was nothing in between the levels on this. There's just level after level of fighting. So
I was never really a fan of them, to be honest with you.
I'm surprised Jason liked it, because he complains about how long movies like The Lord of the Rings are. They're so long. I couldn't believe that this.
Oh, those snooze fests, yeah.
This John Wick was 3 hours long, dude.
3 hours long of just shooting people over and over and over again.
Yes, and
I love that shit, dude.
The problem with this one is there are, like in the first few John Wicks, when the magazine ran out, he changed his magazine, right? They counted every single bullet, changed the magazine, and go. In this one, he had like infinite mag, number one, and also everybody had bulletproof clothing. So there were people being shot over and over and over again, and they'd get back up, and they'd shoot them again, get back up, and it was only thing that would kill them was a headshot or a knife to the throat. That was that was it. So
It's almost like Mandalorian.
Yeah. The man. I'll watch John Wick before I watch The Mandalorian again. I'll say.
Really? Yeah. Okay.
This season, maybe the other seasons, but this season was pretty bad. Yeah. Anyway,
great.
Matt, how about you, man? Anything added to the collection?
I don't think so. I'm trying to think if I bought any. Well, no. Yeah, I guess I bought the Return of the Jedi poster from Bottleneck, the Matt Ferguson, and I added. I can't remember if we talked about that, and I added the framing to that from Bottleneck. So I did the framing through them as well, because I've done that I did that for the ESB one for Matt Ferguson. I did that with the Rogue One print. So I kind of wanted them to match a little bit. So I got the framing.
And that's when's that supposed to ship? A month or two?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited for that. Otherwise, I don't think I got anything new. Yeah, I don't think so. I think I've been trying to be good. I mean, there's still Regal Robot Tuscan. That's coming whenever that comes. Gaffy Stick. And then, well, I guess the RS Bausch helmet. I don't know if any of us talked about ordering that quite yet.
Paid second payment was today.
I know I still need to pay all of the payments, so I'm behind. But
okay.
I want to hit. I was gonna hit up Andrea. I want to hit her with a larger payment at some point if I can. I'd rather not do the small ones if I can help it. But anyway, that's coming down the line. So I'm excited for all those. Those are gonna be great.
Cool. So there's a question in the chat. Who's the new guy in the bottom right-hand corner? Oh, Matt's been coming. This is your third or fourth show back, I think,
Yeah,
at this
yeah.
point. So
Who's not watching the show is the question.
yeah, that's the question.
There you go.
That's
fine, dude.
the question. Not good.
He was on the other night for the AT-ST.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it was actually.
Yeah. Wasn't that during the day though? Wasn't that like?
Yeah, it was during the day. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like noon.
Yeah. And then Jason, buddy, anything new in your world?
I always forget, right? I try to make a mental note this time because I always say no. And usually it's the thing is it is true. Usually I'm just working on things and just parts and pieces coming in either for models or found parts. I did have a nice. I gotta say, I did have a nice little score. It was almost such a good one that sharing it. I'll be honest, it was so good. I thought sharing it, people wouldn't believe me. It's sort of like I think there was a guy who posted in the MPP group his MPP that he got off eBay about a year or two ago, for, I think like 2021. And ironically, he had saved he printed up the eBay listing on a page to display with it because I think he paid like $200 for it. And it's just one of those things where like it's such a good deal that like nobody would believe you if you told the story. Well, as I track down found parts, I'm in the middle of collecting a bunch of V2, V3, a bunch of the Return of the Jedi version of Luke's hilts. And in doing so, there's a bunch of little flea markets out where I am in Central Mass, like because we're kind of out in the sticks, if you will. And there's all these sort of like flea market style places, or I don't know what we want to call it. Like sometimes you can go into them and there's not really like a person that actually sits at each place.
Consignment.
It's like
Consignment.
Yeah, there's like consignment, but flea market style. There's one guy who just had a bunch of calculators, like just a ton of calculators. And I was like, all right, like let's see what they got. And of course I looked for the proverbial exactor and see what they had. But luckily I stumbled upon a Casio LC785 and I literally got it for next to nothing.
Nice.
And yeah, so that was a good find. That was a good find. That's for anybody curious. That's the reveal board used in Luke's the cave scene when he's working with the tool and he ignites his saber on the deleted scene for Return of the Jedi. So it's the reveal board that goes into Luke's hilt. So got that. That was a fun one. And then just a couple things that trickled in that I had waited on, some model parts and model kits. I did get my Leia Baushin from Lee Ralph. I didn't post it in the group. Sorry, guys. I know people probably want to see pics because it's a little bit different from the run of 10. It's the first one that was done. It looks a little bit different too. There's some pros and cons. It's a little bit more weathered, a little bit more grittier, and a little bit of a closer match to what you see in the original photos. But it's a little bit thinner, not as full as it would be in the run. So there are some differences there, but it's a beautiful piece. And anybody who was able to get one of the 10, I think, is very lucky. And I think it's just a great piece.
He only made 10?
He only made 10, yeah.
Well, he's making 10. He hasn't finished.
Well, yeah. Very limited though. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, it's at this point as we speak, it's gone. That's why I just say made. But
Yeah.
Gone and sold. But anybody who got that, I think it was a great purchase. But
has anybody received any yet?
No, they're all in the middle of being made.
Okay.
Yeah, we're watching them being made. He's
Okay.
giving lots of updates and whatnot. So
I wasn't sure if he started shipping them yet.
I can't do that shit, dude.
They're gonna be
What's
so
that?
happy.
Just all that concept bullshit. Like, I just can't do it. It looks like cardboard and like Play-Doh to me. Like, I just don't like even all the stuff that Real Robot puts out. That's all the concept stuff. I just think it looks like crap.
that's
I
fair.
just can't do it. It's just a different opinion to, like, I totally get why people like it. I do. It's not my thing.
Some people like fine wine. Some people like wine coolers.
Yeah. Some people like melted Play-Doh to put like melted Play-Doh figures on their shelves.
some
That's
people
cool.
just like Play-Doh. It's salty. tasty. No, I'm kidding.
So bad.
Yeah, so there's been a few things that had come in, which had been nice. A few things that I was waiting on. So, and then as usual, just working on some stuff, put together some found parts pieces, working on some kits, and yeah, that's just it. Just enjoying it.
Nice.
Yes.
Cool.
So,
Yeah, our all of our pickups aren't real great lately.
well, I've got a great one.
You always do.
This bad
Oh,
boy.
yeah.
That's actually kind of cool.
This is,
How do you like it?
dude. Michael is. It seems like every freaking statue he releases is bigger and better than the one before it.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and I don't know how he's doing it. This thing,
Does that thing fit in your detail in your I'm sorry, your whatever it is?
I had to adjust the shelves to make room
Yeah.
for it.
Okay.
I think he's 28 inches tall, so he's a big boy.
Yeah.
But it is insane.
Well, he's wide because that lightsaber too, right? I mean, that thing's
Yeah, the lightsaber, definitely the base is gigantic.
that looks nice though.
The head, the head is something to behold. It's just,
I can't believe the tentacles didn't break on you. That's shocking.
That's a good point. But
I like the coral and stuff too. It's really cool.
yeah, there was one thing that was broken. In the back here, there's some air bubbles floating up behind them. You see the blue here.
Yeah,
one of those was snapped in half.
of course.
I did a crazy glue fix, but because it's transparent, you can kind of see the line. So I'm looking to have Michael replace that, but it really isn't that big of a deal. And generally speaking, it's in the back. You won't terribly notice it. But this thing is just, I thought Ahsoka was his pinnacle. This
Yeah.
I mean,
That's awesome.
truly amazing at what he's doing with some of these. So again,
Cool.
Well done, Michael. My God.
Yep.
But I'm down to 3 statues or 4. Damn it. I'm down to 4 statues in my pre-orders.
That's it?
I'm trying to
Are you
say
gonna be done?
No, well,
Wow.
I'm hoping 4 statues
Wow,
left.
I don't believe that when I see it. I mean, that's
crazy.
good. I mean, at least what are the 4 you have left?
I've got the Dooku from Kyber Studios,
Mm-hmm.
High Ground from DMD,
Yeah, it's a good one.
and the Obi-Wan that goes with Qui-Gon from NYC, and Mace Windu from NYC.
Nice.
So that's the pipeline, and I'm hoping that's it. And I'm actually at the point where I almost like if I get anything else, it's going to be 1 goes out for 1 coming in.
Yeah.
How many statues do you have?
I checked the other day, and it's 25 currently. 25 right now.
Listen, if you guys believe that Steve's gonna stop collecting statues, I've got some Star Wars NFT things to sell you. Like,
right?
holy shit, that's just not gonna happen.
Oh man,
Freaking ridiculous.
Nah, I've been able to stop other things in the past, right? I haven't bought a hot toy in ages. I've stopped.
Well,
I know.
I have 11, and I don't collect them. So I have 11 statues. I didn't think I had that many.
It's quite a few, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm talking pure statues. I'm not including like maquettes or busts or anything like that in that list. It's
these are all statues.
Yeah.
These are statues I would not get rid of, though.
So I got a funny story to tell you. I was selling NYC Emperor about a month ago. I listed it on Facebook, and some dude reached out to me. Nice guy. Says, "Hey, can I buy that off of you? But can I do a payment plan?" I'm like, "Yeah, that okay, fine, that's cool." So we split it up in 3 payments. I took his first payment, and then yesterday I got the second payment in, and I was like, "Huh, where is that Emperor? I haven't seen him in ages." And I've been moving boxes around a lot. I'm like, I haven't seen him. So I go in because I pulled out of my rental unit because They tripled the price of my rental unit. I finally
geez.
bailed on it.
Triple?
My first payment on that 2 years ago was $80. My current payment is $300. That's how much they've raised it.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
But see, that's what they do, dude. They just go, oh, they're not gonna
and you're stuck in there because all your
they're not
shit's
gonna
in
get
there.
out. They're not gonna get out. That's what they do. Freaking.
But anyway,
Yep.
I'm going through all the boxes and I'm like, I can't find this. And then I'm like, wait a second. So I hop on eBay and I check my sold listings, and sure enough, I sold the Emperor on eBay a couple weeks
Oh,
ago.
jeez.
And I'm like, you fucking moron. What is you? How can you not remember?
Wow.
Right? So I had
Well,
to. What's that?
It's easy to kind of get mixed up. Like I forgot when I sent what Hot Toys I was selling at a time. You know, like you're selling a whole bunch of shit. It's pretty easy to mix it up.
I had to go back to him. I refunded his money, and I gave him a little bit extra to make up for it. I was like, dude, I'm so sorry I screwed that one up. That's
He's probably like, this guy got a better deal. He's selling to somebody else.
Well,
is he going to buy something else from you, or?
Well, actually, we're still very amicable, and we're actually talking about something else. So that's actually really cool. The guy's totally chill about it. You know, I actually lost money by selling it on eBay versus him because of fees and whatnot. But I goofed. I made a huge mistake, and you know, I'm doing my best to make up for that mistake. You know,
Weird way to get into playing tummy sticks with some random guy that you met.
Dude, we all messed up. It's not a big deal.
That's nuts.
Yeah. But I felt bad. Yeah, I felt bad, you know. So anyway, that's
when you know you have too many things,
right?
That you need to sell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, something else is happening to me, and I'm kind of wondering. So I have all these boxes of random Star Wars shit from when I first started collecting, and you know, remember how I was collecting 3 3/4 stuff way in the beginning?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, I have all these bags of weapons lying around. Okay. So I go and I'm like, well, let me just throw them all in a bag, take a picture of all the weapons, and just put them on eBay, and maybe I'll get $15 for it. So I go and I list it on eBay, and the auction stops tomorrow. It's 50 modern 3 3/4 inch weapons. So we're talking lightsabers and blasters. Put it on auction, and it's still got a day to go, and it's at $62 for a bag of 50 weapons.
Modern ones.
Wow.
And I'm looking at it like, okay, what don't I know? What do I have in this group of weapons that is actually worth something that I don't know about? I've been thinking about posting the picture to the group to see if anybody can clue me in on where I screwed up. But you wouldn't think a bag of random weapons would be worth, you know, modern weapons.
Right.
He's making money, right?
Is there a picture of them all laid out?
Yeah.
Like, did you on eBay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They're all.
Okay.
I line them all because I've bought weapons in the past too, right? And you know, sometimes you're looking at them, you're like, what the hell weapon is that? Right. So I made sure to take really good pictures of everything. There's got to be something in it that's like.
Maybe you got a vintage one snuck in there somewhere.
It's probably a vintage blaster in there, right?
Yeah. Probably a layup blaster that you don't even know that's
right.
Yeah. The little one.
I think maybe I might post a picture of that real quick to the group tonight and say, what am I doing wrong here?
Yeah, and you can't really pull it because sell it separately.
No,
because it's already out there.
Well, the good news is that there's multiple people bidding on it, so there's more than one person that knows whatever it is worth money. So hopefully, I'll still wind up getting something good for it. You know.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's what's going on. That's what's going on my side. Selling a bunch of crap on eBay, just all random odds and ends right now. Yeah. Oh, and I'm selling my stouts. I put my stouts up for auction as well.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
It's a kind of a big
How much
deal.
are those for?
I would say most are selling for between 27 and 3.
It's crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that what are you trying to are you trying to recoup money on? Like, are you trying to put that towards something else, or
I think I got tired of I just wasn't getting anything out of them,
yeah?
and I'm just I've got
Do you
I
feel
look
like Steve?
go
Do you
ahead.
feel like when you walk around your house and you look out your window and you go, "That window cost me thousands of dollars, and so I need to make sure I can pay for all of these
No,
every
no, no,
single time you
No,
look
I
out a
think
window."
he's just jumping into another gene pool and wants to
Yeah,
buy other
that's
Oh yeah,
stuff.
that's true.
that's true.
That's true.
No, and you guys know I've got a bunch of things that are coming soon that want to
Yeah.
make sure I have some money for, and it's not coming out of the paycheck, right?
Yeah, I
So,
get that.
so yeah, just trying to stay ahead. But anyway,
Nice.
all right. So not much going on in the chat tonight. See the
No,
Traveling Jedi's
pretty
out
quiet.
there. Yeah. See Traveling Jedi and the Collector. The Collector's asking about the Tuscan tomorrow. It's coming up tomorrow, and we'll be talking about that here shortly.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So let's see.
Well, are you? That's not one of your pre-orders, right?
No, I canceled Tuscan Town a long time ago.
Okay.
Dude, that would be a massive set.
Yeah.
If you had all of those. Oh my gosh. Is
Yeah,
it just
so
you?
yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
he's going to do the third one.
Yeah, he said that's probably it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
The third one's actually really cool. I saw a picture of it. It's actually.
Oh, so you've seen the third one? No kidding.
I've seen. Well, I haven't seen. I've seen renders of it. So
Okay. Huh.
yeah, I won't say what it is because it probably
No.
isn't going to happen.
Well, I was teasing him. I'm like, that's got to be a bantha there. I mean, it's got to be what the. He's like, you're crazy.
Dude, that would be
so
ridiculous.
bad.
There's no way.
Bantha would
it's not
be
a
big,
Bantha.
think about it. Bantha would probably be bigger than the Wampa from DMD.
That'd be so big, dude. That Wampa's stupid.
Is it?
That thing's so big.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Did you get the quarter scale or the? Is there a bigger one or?
Quarter.
Okay,
No, there was
quarter scale's the big one.
No, they have a third, don't they? Don't they have a third scale?
No, third scale
was
of the Wampa
six
would
scale.
be.
Oh, it's a
Freaking
6 scale. It's a 6
Yeah.
scale.
Yeah. Oh, we've got Ethan in the chat as well. I wonder why Ethan's in the chat tonight. Good
What's
to
up,
see you.
Ethan?
Hey.
Sorry I didn't call you today. I was pretty busy. My wife was standing over me with a whip, making me work on the
Damn.
house.
Hmm.
So,
So
I had leather boots, too.
I guess without further ado, Chris, if you've got the photos lined up, why don't we talk about our main topic tonight? Let's see. What was it? Wednesday or Thursday? You and Jason did a.
Mhm.
Is it Wednesday?
Yes, Thursday. Was it
Thursday.
Thursday? Yeah,
I think it was
yesterday.
Thursday.
Yesterday, yeah.
Yeah.
You and Jason did a live stream for the 2 Merlin AT-STs.
Yep.
And there was a lot of cool stuff in it, but I figured that tonight, maybe Matt and I can chime in a little bit on the chat, and we can do maybe a little condensed version, and let's see what's going on with those two, because I'm really I have the ESB one on pre-order, and your video made me really tempted to get the Return of the Jedi, even though I already have a Return of the Jedi kit built and painted already.
Well, I also was not planning to get the Jedi one because I never really liked the Jedi one. I've always been a huge fan of the Empire one, but seeing them next to each other really changed my mind. Okay, let's start off. First of all, these are not the right bases. These are this is a temporary base that Ethan sent me, and for the ESB one is just a piece of wood that I drilled holes in so I could screw it and have it standing up.
Mm-hmm.
So we had our show the other day, and I took that Steve's idea was to take a bunch of pictures so we could show it again today a little bit. These are really well done. They're these are just prototypes. They're 3D. Well, partially 3D, and the Empire one has metal legs, but the Greeblies are all 3D printed and painted and stuck on. But the real ones will be resin cast pieces.
The Return of Jedi does not have metal legs.
It will.
Not on the
Yes.
prototype.
Not
will.
on the
Okay,
prototypes.
But it will.
Not on the
Okay.
prototype.
Okay.
Yes, it definitely will. And it is. I was mistaken last night when I was talking about it, and the Jedi one has a different set of legs. I thought they were the same set of legs, but
Yeah.
the Jedi one is a bigger set of legs.
I tell you that stand that's holding him up is nice because it's in the back. It's unobtrusive. My Return of Jedi one has a clear acrylic pole that runs up and supports him. Well, actually underneath the body, keeping from tipping over. You know.
Yeah,
but I
it's.
I like how this is in the back.
From Jason told me that it was that it's basically the same armature that they used on the original filming miniature, right, Jason?
Yeah, so that support structure you see coming from the back, and then the rod. So it goes into the back part of the walker, right, and then it slides up and down that rod, and able to adjust and create that sort of stop motion effect. A little bit different from the ESB walker, and that again, the only reason why I use the term is as close to a match as you can get to the original is just because nothing is ever 100%, right? Someone always can find something, but I mean, this is pretty spot on. This is quite accurate to what you see on this scale of the filming model, only because for the Return of the Jedi Walker, there is multiple scales.
Yeah. Well, it's real, from my perspective, from a practical perspective, it's nice that it's in the back, out of the way, not interfering. And the nice thing about it is it also allows you to do poses, right? You can,
it pivots like horizontally like this, and you can go like this with it and move it up and down.
It's got yaw control.
Yeah, it gives you the full stop motion effect, and it's got a great look too. Where basing it off the original, aesthetically, it just has a great look.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so these are just the prototypes, but they're both on order. They're both available for order. What's great about them is, honestly, they're exceptionally accurate. Like these are the kit parts that were used on the miniature. There's no, I mean, especially the Empire one. There's no guessing. Pretty much almost every kit part has been ID'd and has been used in casting these pieces. Even down to this is the Jedi one, but even down to like the poses underneath.
Hold that picture. Go back to that one where the two of them were there.
Which one?
That one right there.
This one?
Yeah,
this one
forward. That one. So Matt, I know you're not into models, but as far as walkers are concerned, Return of the Jedi on the left.
The ones that are out of focus, or the ones that are which ones are we talking about? Dude, these look great.
Which version, design do you like better, the ESB or the Return of the Jedi?
I mean, I like Return of the Jedi, dude. I can't, everything is Return of the Jedi for me. Anytime I want something, it's gonna lean towards Return of the Jedi. Plus, that's what I think.
You get that Rebels? Do you get that Rebels feeling though when you see the ESB one?
Yeah, a little bit, sure.
Yeah, it's similar. Yeah, it's very similar.
Oh, yeah. I think it's a lot. It's quite similar.
Yeah.
To what's in Rebels, right?
Especially in this pose. But the Rebels one looks like it has shorter like thigh area.
Yeah.
I tell you,
I just like the window. I like the windows and the longer, like, that's the one that got smashed by the Ewoks, dude. You can't get the other one. That's just go ahead. The only issue I have with any of these, the only issue I have with any of the studio scale stuff is that you have to make it and you have to paint it. Like, I ain't doing that shit. So that immediately takes me out of the equation, right? Like, unless I get them to do it, which I know they can do it, which is great. It just kind of, that's a barrier to entry on my part. But for someone like Chris that does it himself, or if you want to send it to somebody like Chris to do something like this for you, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
And he's going to do a better job than anybody else's. You know, him or Jason are going to do a killer job.
Yeah.
So
sorry, Chris, didn't mean to take us off on too much of a tangent
No.
there. Yeah.
That's okay because my internet's been taking a shit right now, and I don't know why. I might have to drop out and try to get back in.
One thing too, I'll share, at least on the ESB, I can say with confidence, is there's been many a kit before. There's been a few 3D designs. I think there's one coming up being released by somebody pretty soon or within the next year outside of Merlin. And there's additional parts on this that haven't been seen in earlier kits or put on in earlier kits. So not only is this as accurate as you could possibly get, but it's even gone as far as doing like R&D to sort of further, I don't want to say further ID, but further, go over and make sure that it had every last element to it, including the inner parts of the legs, the inside inlay of the legs, and then everything down to like there's a one piece. There's certain models that have like, you have to spend a couple $100s to get one little tiny greebly out of it, and that's across the board on so many different models. This one in particular, I kid you not, it has one piece from a kit that usually retails from anywhere between $1,500 to $2,000 for that one kit.
Jeez.
And the original piece was pulled and used on this. So like it wasn't designed in CAD and done in 3D to get it close to it. It was built off the actual piece pulled directly from the kit, along with everything
really
else
cool.
on it. And the tubes, the coils, I mean, everything is pulled directly from the original kits. And yeah, I mean, that's the fun part about it. The fact that like, it was just such a deep dive into going as accurate as possible. Especially after doing the four-legged walker, I think that, they really listened. Me and Chris mentioned this, so it's a bit of a rehash for those who watched the previous show, but they really listened to the customers who felt that although that was a beautiful kit and a fantastic kit, there may have been some accuracy issues there. I don't know what they are, and I haven't deep dived on the four-legged walker from Merlin Models enough to discuss what was or wasn't. But at this point, they decided, okay, if that's the case, let's avoid catching any slack. Moving forward, let's do this right. And if it takes us a little bit of extra time, if we have to put more time, effort, and energy and consult and go over more details and go over this with a fine-tooth comb and scrutinize it, then that's what we'll do. And they've been doing that, which I think is great, because it's not only with these, I think with most kits, whether it's the shuttle or whatever else you see, the snow speed or whatever else you see moving forward, I think you're going to get a lot of that, which is great. I mean, it's there's nobody else doing this, so that's great.
Yeah, that's cool.
And this does come with the springs and the toes that you guys
yeah, it does.
It does.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the Return of the Jedi one?
Both of them have springs
them
in the
have
toes. Yeah.
Yeah.
The springs are in here, which allow the toe to move around a little bit or sit right when you put the foot down in whatever pose you put it in.
That's cool.
Yeah, they're just well done. They're just.
Is that Ewok blood on his foot there? Or?
I think it's Ewok poop.
Can only hope.
Yeah, but accurate. I kind of went through like a whole bunch of different positives about it last night, and I had a struggle. I really struggled to find a negative. It gives it people ease to learn how to build it. And if you don't want to even try, you can have them build it and paint it for you. So
yeah.
Or if you don't have somebody who can do it for you, they will. And they have payment plans, and they're very transparent with how things are coming along. And I like I said, I don't see a negative.
Yeah, that's really
I'm very tempted. I have one now, Return of the Jedi. I'm very tempted to get this one too. And
well, you have a bigger one, right? Yours is bigger than this.
How tall are these?
This is 14, 15, 16 inches depending on post.
No, that's
18
the
inches
size of the
depending on
one I
Yeah,
post.
I think Steve's is the same
Yeah,
scale.
same size.
Is it?
Roughly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought yours was bigger than this.
No, mine just looks bigger, but no, it's pretty typical size.
Damn.
Yeah. I thought he was trying to make a joke there too.
Perspective thing.
Yeah, I can't get it. I suggest anybody who wants to get it.
The pictures I take make it look bigger. That's all. That's all.
He's got that. Yeah, he's got that trimmer, bro. Trim the yard to make the trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. Holy
we
shit!
got Chris. Chris is completely frozen right now.
Yeah, that's all right.
I'm going to restart my computer.
These look great though.
Yeah, very cool stuff.
So, Chris,
I'm just
if you
gonna
leave this up while you're restarting, I just want to read something that Ethan sent over earlier.
Where?
So, knowing that
Restart.
we were going to be talking about these, I had just asked about some info on ETA, right? Because once you start showcasing something and talking about it, people get curious. Well, I pre-ordered one, I purchased one. When will we see this? And initially, he had answered in regards to the four-legged walker, the main AT-AT, which I thought was interesting. So it looks like they did a second run. They did a round two. And those have all been shipping over the last couple of weeks. And I think the last of them are going out this week if they haven't already gone out. So those who ordered round two of the AT-AT, you should have received tracking, or you will be receiving tracking any day now. And then moving forward with the two AT-ATs, they're in their final stages. They're not quite ready to ship. I think they're looking at maybe Q3 or Q4, and that's an approximation that isn't set in stone. The metal armatures are currently being made as we speak. So I think once the metal armatures are done, these are the prototypes you're looking at. They'll get a couple of the master kits, make sure everything looks good, go over them, and then once that's done, a shipping schedule will start. So I think we should start seeing these by the end of the year. I do feel confident, that probably does, line up with the schedule of where they're at. But I think these were, very well executed and excited for them.
So Chris, Traveling Jedi is asking, how much would the Archive X paints be if you needed to do one of these?
Well, they're about $10 a bottle. And something like this isn't going to require even a whole bottle. Even for the base color, it's. I'm trying to bring this up. There's on this one. I think there's. Let's see. Maybe 4 or 5 colors altogether.
Ethan's saying 5 basic colors.
Yeah.
5. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's pretty. I mean, there's not really. Why do I not see this here? Okay, there we go. And $50, and thinner. So if thinner costs maybe $10, but
and then you've got some paints that you can use on other models, right?
Oh yeah.
That'll last you.
All of these colors would be used in other projects. For especially the weathering stuff. There's dark and light, gray, but I mean, it doesn't hurt to try. You can't really mess it up. I mean, if you mess it up, just paint over. It's not a big deal. So it's worth just jumping in.
You make it sound so easy, Chris.
It really is.
It really is a great way. I agree.
Honestly,
it really is a great way to start.
That's how I started. I mean, I messed up my Falcon. The first thing I did, I painted the whole thing twice. Every single model that you see that I have, my Sandcrawler, my Save 1, my Falcon, I painted the whole thing the first time, didn't like it, and just repainted it again.
Yeah.
So it's really just, it's not like it cakes up in the corners, it's just.
Yeah, you're not going to lose detail unless you're like using rattle can paint primer. But yeah, if you use an airbrush primer, you could easily cover up your mistakes and just go at it again.
I'll even tape off like a couple panels that I don't like and just redo those panels. I've done it on the A-Wing. I've done it on other things. So yeah, it's pretty simple. And building it, like they give you instructions. You can't. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
So, but
Well, very cool. Very cool. Appreciate you sharing these. And if anybody wants to get kind of like really into detail on these two, just check out the Shooting the Ships live stream from. Was it Shooting the Ships or was it a Shooting the Ships episode or not?
no, it wasn't. I
No.
don't think so. No,
Okay.
I don't think no.
It was a couple days ago.
Yeah.
And yeah. So, all right. Well, bids are coming in. All right. So next up for tonight, I should share my screen. Let's do a quick little update from RS.
Nice.
So RS released a video today, and basically this was Rob going through the building of the shell for the Bausch.
That was
Basically
cool.
taking the two halves, putting them together, and then cutting out all the pieces and
Yeah.
gluing all the pieces onto it. Pretty impressive stuff. It was basically, this video is basically like a music video, a 14-minute music video of basically Bausch porn the whole time. With every once in a while they would cut in, Rob would talk for a minute, and then it would go right back to pictures of it.
Yeah, it was cool. I enjoyed watching this actually.
Yeah, I did too. I usually don't put the RS videos on right away when they get posted, but this one popped up and I was like, oh, I enjoyed watching this.
Yeah,
That's gonna be a freaking beautiful helmet, man. I tell you what, it's.
I am. Look, I mean, I say this with love to the RS guys. I'm amazed by how quickly this is going.
Yeah,
it's moving so quick, and it's like, well, we might get this year, which would be
I think
fantastic.
So. I think so.
I think they're pretty determined to get things moved, get this sucker out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see these in hand by October, November.
Well, honestly, I think one of the good things for everybody that ordered this, is that they've gone through trials and tribulations of other products that have taken longer, and they've had a lot of they had the whole Y-wing situation where it took a really long time to get done, and so I think they know they don't want that same thing to happen, so they've kind of have gotten to the point where they're they just know how they want to do this.
Yeah.
They're probably sick of answering the question, when is this happening? Like, when are people getting their Boba Fett? When are people getting their Y-wing? They're sick of hearing that, I'm sure.
Well, and Jason mentioned a while ago that they're trying to take cues out of some of the other companies that like a Regal robot, let's say, that stops down everything and just goes, okay, we're all working on this, and then we're gonna go, you know what I mean? Like, like they're taking some of those, I think, cues and trying to get their process to be a little bit more efficient and better and stuff, and it's just great. I mean,
one of the things I noticed in the build was the dent, the not really a dent / battle damage that's on the top of the helmet is not sculpted in. Is that something that they're gonna? That obviously it's going to be something they're going to add later on. Do you guys know? Do you guys know how they add that on later?
No, I don't know what. Is it gouged in, or is it's not part of the mold?
Right. You would think it would be kind of hard to, because that's pretty thin material. You would think that they would just blow right through it. But
well, how deep is the gouge? I don't think it's that deep.
It's a decent gouge. Thicker than the plastic.
Is it?
But so there's gonna be for anybody that ordered the Snow Trooper Commando kit and got that little booklet of sort of history and backstory on it. So with the Bausch, you're going to get something similar. and it'll be some of that info will be described in there. So I don't want to spill anything too early on, for RS's sake. But yeah, that's a great question, Steve. And some of those little details, some of those little fun little nuances and details will be added in there for people to sort of just get a little history and backstory of the
It
helmet.
strikes me, Jason, that the way, not knowing anything about how these helmets are really made, right? The way I like try to go about it is to make some sort of iron, right? That's shaped like that, and try to melt it into the plastic or something like that. Or because if it's not molded into it, that's the only way I can think of doing it without blowing through it. Either
Yeah,
that
that
or
makes sense. Make that indentation, like a stamp almost into it.
yeah, I can stand. Yeah, like a hot iron, right, or something like that. I don't know. Really curious to see how they do that when they finally get there. I was surprised not to see it in the helmet when he was making it.
One thing I don't want to go off topic here, but with everything surrounding this, I was waiting for somebody this afternoon to say, after seeing this video, I was waiting for some chucklehead to put up a comment and say, "Oh, $2,000 for styrene," because of what you're seeing. You're only seeing this process. You're not seeing the leather work. You're not seeing the electronics. You're not seeing all the further processes involved. But I'm glad.
There's a lot of work here. There's, he said a few hours into it. We've watched enough of his videos where they're working on the other ones to know that there's a hell of a lot more work in what he's doing right now. And he even said, I found one of his comments to be really interesting. He said, "This helmet is the most model-like out of all the helmets," which was very true. Like he's cutting all these individual pieces and building them up. That it does look quite a bit like a model, right? Like how they put them together. So it's pretty clear there's a lot of labor going into this.
Yeah, he didn't build it in 14 minutes like the video time is.
No, not at all.
No, but it's interesting when he was talking about how, when they built this thing, they just put it together. Like they just took pieces and put it together, and they weren't trying to be. He's having to be accurate to what they did.
Yeah.
Versus they were just kind of like putting things on there and making it look like it does, making it work. They weren't going off of anything. So it's almost like for him, it's got to be extremely hard to try to replicate something exactly.
No, it is.
Versus just making something.
Just I'm trying to scratch build something, and I was telling Jason the other day, I look at 4 or 5 different pictures of 4 or 5 different angles just to make sure I'm not more than, if I'm looking at 1/8 of an inch, I'm not too far away from it. I'm looking at so many different pictures just to get, exactly how I want it to be and not be wrong,
Right. Yeah.
Oh, Chris, even the conversation we had too, like with the Y-wing, for example, right? It's almost easier when you see the piping and the tubing. It's almost easier to make clean 90-degree bends, 45-degree angle bends than it is to make ones that are all wonky and janky and all over the place. So with this Bausch helmet, where there's so much asymmetry, and they have to replicate that as spot on and as accurate as they can, it's more complex. It's like trying to copy a child's drawing, right? You may think in your mind like, oh, that's super simple. I can do that, right? But then you try it, and it's you almost do it too neat or too clean. It's more difficult and more complex to copy something that's messy or flawed sometimes. And this is a perfect example of that.
Yeah. Well, very cool. Great to see regular progress on this, and I'm really looking forward to getting it here. And folks, check your emails. Second payment request went out today, so you should have gotten that. So very good. Moving on to the next thing.
Can I ask? So the payments that are, it's like an email update, or is it automated? How is it working?
You get an invoice. No, you get a email that invites you to a link on their
Okay.
page, and you go to that link, and then you add the payment to your cart.
So it's not like a set it and forget it.
No, not at all. Not at
Okay.
all. No. Yeah. All right. Next up.
So that means check your spam folders as well.
Hmm.
Well, if emails from Andrew are going to your spam box, you better fix that right
Yeah,
away.
you gotta fix that.
Don't let that happen.
No.
All right. So next up, we are in the middle of the pre-order for this disturbing looking creature. Nine Num. The latest. This is the latest in the maquette line.
That meat curtain. Holy shit.
Man,
That's an unfortunate smile. I tell you what, that is just.
He needs the hat on.
No, you know what he needs to not do is not show his body because it's freaking disgusting.
frankly, that's the thing that's kind of freakish about it,
Oh,
right?
it's all of it is just no. Nope. It's just it to me. This is the one. It's out of all of them. Out of all of them,
This is the one you want the most.
this looks like someone. This looks like Play-Doh to me, like for reals. Like look at his back. Like it looks like someone made this out of Play-Doh. It's crazy.
It probably was sculpted out of
It probably was.
clay.
It probably
Probably
sculpted
was
out of
clay.
clay.
Yeah.
But that's why that's the why I can't do it. I just can't do it.
It's very well done. It's exactly looks
Well,
like
it's exactly
like the maquette. Yes.
like the maquette, exactly. And that's why like whoever gets in on these and likes these, I totally get it because it is exactly what they made. I just don't want that on my shelf personally. But
have you bought any concept? The only one was a Gamorrean guard, right?
yeah, I got the
Matt?
Memorial Guard, and I think
You still
Jason,
have it?
Jason's gonna buy that for me. I think at some point.
Yeah.
I didn't
What'd
realize
you do with
still had
yours, Jason?
Well, I was just gonna take it out of your trash.
I know, no doubt.
Don't you have it already, Jason?
No, I didn't get the.
I don't think he got it. Yeah, I don't think he
No.
got it.
I got everything else. I got all the other ones.
Oh, look at that angle. I didn't see that angle.
Holy shit, dude.
Although when it was pre-order time, I called Jason. I'm like, should I get? I might just get this. He's like,
It is cool to see the different, like, I will say the different variations of like what I guess would have been clay, the colors on him. You know what I mean? Maybe that, I don't know if that's the different clay like materials that they use, but that is kind of cool, I guess. Because there's like a blue and then a pink and then, you know what I mean?
yeah, the colors are cool. Everything about it looks really well done. Like I think it's painted beautifully.
Dude,
I think it's sculpted beautifully. I didn't order it
I don't like
because
it.
I'm sticking to like Jabba's palace
Yeah.
characters. He's not in Jabba's palace, so I stayed away from it.
Nah, I'm getting it. I think every one of these is great. The only one that I really, really find super disturbing is Bib Fortuna, and
That's the best one.
and frankly, I'm shocked that one hasn't been released yet. I mean, we saw
that's
that
Yeah.
at Celebration.
Yeah. Like 2 years ago, right?
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Mhm.
That's
I
the best
think
one.
I think the reason for that, and I think it's safe to say, right?
It's gonna be a signature holder.
I could always be wrong, but I think it's safe to say that the reason that's probably gotten pushed back is because there's been so many Phil Tippett related signature pieces
That's the reason.
that it's nice to just create, that gap between signature pieces with Phil. So the more pieces that they have inserted in between, the better.
From different
So
people.
I think I don't really think there was any other rhyme or reason than to just space it out because it's sure.
I think the best thing that they've done in this line so far is the Tauntaun heads, because I think it's really cool how the Tauntaun heads from either side have a different like thing you can look at to, like they actually did it so they could kind of see different variations and all these different. It's just really cool. I like.
The only thing, Matt, is I noticed that they don't match. They don't match spot on what you see in the pictures.
The Tauntaun heads?
No, there's differences. And I haven't gone back to. I haven't really investigated it much. I did talk to somebody, and they confirmed yes, there's definitely differences there.
Yeah.
But there's differences between those and the reference material, and that's left me baffled. Right? It's like, why are they different? And I haven't looked at the other ones to figure out, there are differences there as well.
Yeah.
But the Tauntaun heads are great. You get two different perspectives on it. I agree with you. I love that, and it goes really well. Being able to show the progression to the full size maquette, right?
Yeah.
That looks great too. But
Get
they're
4
all-
heads for the money too.
Yeah,
It's good
4
bang
heads,
for your buck.
I just,
they're all-
yeah. I mean, I think there's definitely some in this that look really good. He looks like a burn victim, and he looks like
Yeah.
he needed skin grafting all over his body. And I just can't do it.
Did you guys
I was
watch
just-
the video of Carson of was it Carson, the Dave guy?
No, I don't think so. Oh, the guy
So
that's
he was talking. It was really interesting. I never really realized that those are just nostrils that just keep going out to the sides. That's
vagina lips that just keep going down his face.
I was just
There's
talking
just
to
vagina lips that go into his nose. It's really weird. I don't know why I thought of that, but yeah, crazy character, man.
Am I the only one getting this out of the 4 of us?
Jason's gonna get it, aren't you?
Yeah, I grabbed it.
Okay.
But dude, once you're in it, you got to get this whole set. Like, you got to keep going. I mean, he doesn't.
damn right.
Man, you gotta
You're
catch them all.
absolutely right.
He doesn't put him out. He doesn't put him out like at a fast enough clip that it's like you can't get these things. Like, they're reasonably priced for the most part. Like, you got
this one's limited too, right? To 40.
No, it's a
Oh.
timed edition. So
Oh,
whatever
okay.
sells within that 40-hour window is what the edition will be.
Jason, does that mean that if he sells like 200 of these damn things, then that dude has to sign 200 plaques, or is it their limited plaque number?
No, it's so in that 40-hour time frame, if this is in real time, there's about 9 hours left.
Right.
So yeah, if they sell 2,000, he has to sign 2,000. If they sell 200, he has to sign 200. If they sell
The thing
20,
is,
he has
he's
to sign
already-
20.
But he's already signing them. So
I understand that he's probably hasn't signed as many as, I mean, who knows how many are going to get sold, but
right. But that's the thing that I'm scratching my head is, how can this be a timed edition if he's already signed the plaques?
well, he's probably, he might have already signed just a certain
Well, he's
amount.
probably just cracking away at it. I mean, I'm
Guys-
sure based on the
Guy's going to
others,
have
they
carpal tunnel syndrome by the time he finishes.
yeah, they
signing
probably
for
have a
this thing.
generalized idea, so he probably signed, an approximate amount of plaques, and then they say, okay, anything
Right.
above this,
Right.
yeah. I think the
Isn't
signing's
it,
probably
isn't it hysterical though that when I saw the price, I was like, "Oh, that's a great price."
Mm,
And
I know.
right,
how's that for you psychologically?
Crazy.
Huh?
right.
So, question: I like the gold plaque. Do you guys like that? I know it doesn't. Does it not match the other ones? Like, it doesn't match the
I
other Regal
do.
Robot stuff. So,
I do like it, Matt, but I don't like that it doesn't match the others.
right.
That's
I
the
was
only thing.
wondering.
But I do like it. I do like the idea of the gold with the 40th anniversary.
What doesn't match about it? It's the same size, right?
It's gold.
No, the gold color.
No, I know. Oh, you don't like that it doesn't match, that they're silver and gold.
The
Okay.
the other stuff.
Yeah.
Because all the other ones match together, right?
Yeah,
Need that cohesiveness, man.
it's a minor annoyance, but not.
Yeah,
But
it's an
they're all
easy
the
one to
same.
get over.
They're all the same printed.
Dude, they're all
and the same size.
Someone walks into your room, they're gonna be like, they're gonna look at everything, but and then all of a sudden they're gonna be drawn into the vagina lip burn victim with the gold plaque, and it's just gonna be like, yo, what the hell is this thing?
Yeah,
It's gonna be a little different.
I
But
think maybe
that's cool.
I need to move on. Yeah. Okay. Next up,
Let me ask you
NYC.
guys a question quick before you move on.
Okay.
With those plaques, okay,
Yeah.
how do you display them with those pieces, because they're pretty tall, and if you put it in front of it, it's covering a lot of the piece, right? Do you put it
There's
on
no
the
like
side?
Title is justified.
the bases are pretty thick, and it raises them up a good amount.
Raises them up, yeah.
Yeah,
doesn't
but I'm
block
looking at
it.
mine right now, and it's
Uh-huh.
blocking, I don't know, an inch or so of each one.
Yeah,
Is that
I don't
that
put
bothers
it
you,
right
Chris?
in front. I put it off to the side.
Yeah, I want to see the piece. I don't want to see. I don't. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
I understand everybody loves plaques, but but I don't even want to move it to the side because then you're wasting space for a plaque.
Mm.
You know.
Mhm.
I don't know.
No, the only ones that I felt have been weird are the chess set plaque is massive. And
Yeah.
that one compared to like if you see that one next to even what's his face? Lizard monkey, what's his face?
Salacious.
Yeah, Salacious. If you see that one next to it's like Salacious is tiny next to that one.
Yeah, but you can surround your pieces around that big plaque.
You can,
Right?
but
But
that if you have the different risers and stuff, I don't have that, so mine are just kind of.
yeah, I guess you could put it up on a riser. I guess
You could, yeah, you could, like one of those like clear riser
Yeah,
things.
I have a whole bunch of them. I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Is the Max Rebo one different because it looks smaller than the other one?
Yeah, that one's the smallest of the plaques.
Okay.
That was
That's
that was the exclusive, right? At the
Celebration.
Yeah. Well, I didn't buy it at
celebration.
Celebration. I didn't get it at Celebration.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
if it was the regular size plaque, it would cover half of the Max Rebo if you put it in front. I'm just looking at it right now on my shelf.
All right. Next up is MYC second half of Tuscan Town. This is also going up. This is going up for pre-order tomorrow. It is. Where's the price? $925 with a $325 deposit.
Skulls are real. I like the skulls. They're really cool.
Yeah. So this is what let's see. Let's go into the pictures here. This is what it looks like when they're together.
That's cool. Man, that's a large statue. Like,
You know, Steve,
Yeah.
that is technically a prequel statue. Both of them.
You're right. Yeah.
Yep.
it's a little. I get it. It's amazing. It's a little too Sharia law for me. I just can't. I can't do it.
You're
I can't
right.
do it. I could not put that on my shelf and have my girls come up and be like, "Why is she like in a prison like thing?" Like I'd be like, "I don't know what to tell you. I can't explain what's
I
happening."
think
here."
the statue on its own is kind of like, not super exciting. You
Yeah,
have to have
it.
with the
Yeah.
other one. It
Yeah.
doesn't really stand on its own.
Yeah,
very
no, I agree. Yeah, I agree. I do think though they've done a amazing job at this. Like the Tuscans like are that way though. Like the colors are very drab and like deserty and right. There's not a whole lot of
Mhm.
like exciting colors and things happening in that anyway. So like, but I think they've done a great job with the sculpt and everything. It looks really good.
Somebody had asked a question about why it was this design instead of like the Book of Boba Tuscan, female
Yeah,
Tuscan.
yeah. Right.
And his response was that this was completed. The sculpt was completed, and I guess off to start production before the Book of Boba came out.
Well, that plus the movies are more important and more well, they're not more canon, but like this was out years ago, and even the what is the dog's name on the other Tuscan?
Massive.
The Massive. Yeah, that's prequels era. That's not
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
That was in Book of Boba too, but
Her like
I've said
head scarf thing is really pretty though.
it is cool
Like
looking. Yeah.
like the back of it is really cool.
Dude, in all honesty, I've said this many times. MIC and Michael make the best statues.
A lot of
do.
really nice detail, man.
The best statues. Their statues are painted beautifully. They're just textures look right. Everything looks so good on them. You can be hard pressed to find something wrong with them.
Damn,
You
even
know?
the kid's got a head cage. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What's that game?
We got to
with
keep them
the-
from biting people.
I guess.
What's that game with the video game with the guy with the triangle head?
Yeah, Silent Hill.
Yeah, it almost seems like these would fit in there.
Yeah, those skulls are freaking sick. That's so awesome.
Oh, that reminds me. There was a post on a Regal Robot today. Some dude was like, "Okay, what do you want to see next for a concept maquette?" And of course, the answer to that's got to be a Monoman. He'll never do it. He'll never do a Monoman. It's too complicated. But
Right.
Never say never.
a Monoman's got to be the one.
Never say never, Steve. I was just talking to him the other day, and I said, "When is Bibforg Tune coming out? Because I want that."
Okay.
And then I also was talking to him about Monomon. So never say
Where are
never.
you? Okay. All right.
Yes.
I
I
tell
think
you,
a Monomon is one that a lot of people are looking for, and I think if they can figure out not how to make it, but how to ship it with the arms and the staff being fragile,
yeah.
and there are ways to do it. I think it's something that they'll be able to execute.
Seems like
Let me
that one's
show you-
got to be reinforced with metal or something on the inside.
Let me show you this picture.
I don't know how we haven't seen an Ewok yet. Like, how have we not gotten Ewoks from them yet? Like, for reals.
Well, I think, look, I think because you were bitching so much about the expensive ones, he slowed down on the expensive ones.
Why
And
does it have to be expensive?
Now we're only getting the expensive ones once a year or so. Right?
Why does it have to be so expensive?
Well, an Ewok, Ewok bus. That's
Oh, we're talking about Tom right now. I'm talking about NYC. We haven't seen.
Oh, okay. My bad. I was.
We haven't seen Ewoks from NYC either. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're right.
No, 100%. I cannot wait for Tom to do an Ewok.
Tell you though, once Sideshow made their Ewoks attacking the Stormtrooper statue, it rendered all future Ewok statues pointless.
I know, it is a good one.
That one is just so sweet.
I know.
So glad I got that, and that the collection at a decent price too.
Check out these pictures, guys.
All right, go ahead.
Such a pain in the ass to pull this up nowadays. Look at this picture of the Monomon.
Wow.
Look at
It's
that beauty.
huge.
It's big.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
It's in the foreground more, so it's not quite as big as you think. But
I'd
it's
say a
still
Monomon
pretty big.
himself is probably a little bit taller than a hot toy, and then the staff goes up obviously another 2.5, 3 inches.
I'm basing it off the base, Chris, thinking
Yeah.
that that's probably a 3/4 inch piece of wood or something.
Well, look at the hammer right here. It's pretty close to it.
Damn, you're right. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Bigger than a hot toy, huh?
Yeah, that's bigger. That's got to be a little bit bigger.
That's not
Well,
a $400 piece.
No.
Yeah,
But look how great.
Yeah, that
it is.
staff is super super isn't it? That's
and
crazy.
that the arm holding it, right?
It'd have to be
Both arms,
made
yeah.
separately. Yeah.
Each
I agree
sold
with Travel
separately.
Jedi. We need it.
Yeah, this is the one. This is the one that everybody wants.
So it's like an emaciated dolphin with long arms holding a freaking.
It looks like it's
staff.
missing the face is caved in. That's right.
Or a snail without its shell
Yeah, sure.
that decided to stand up and take a stance.
Just like crawled out and was like,
that
hey.
thing is, to me, would be right on par with the Bausch maquette in terms of,
Yeah, it would fit very well with that.
right?
So yeah,
What a
but
great
never
picture.
say never, man.
Where the hell did you get that from?
It was on Hector. What's his
It's
last
Superior
name?
Walker Inc. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did
from the signing.
a memorial video for the 40th anniversary ILM get together
Hmm.
of all the model makers that had passed.
Mhm.
So, and it was just passing through, and I saw this. I was like, "Holy crap!" So I screenshot it, and it's a pretty awesome picture of it.
What is he building next to it? Is that a monoman he's building next to it, or
Let's see.
Looks like it, yeah.
Yeah, maybe a full size one.
Looks like the full size puppet, hence the maquette for reference.
damn?
Yeah, look at the leg and the arms. Yeah, it looks about the right, and the stomach.
Yeah. Look at the look on his face. Zoom in on his face.
Look at that dirty mustache, bro. He's just
Dude,
Yeah.
he was giving rides with that thing. Those are
yeah. He can't.
handlebars.
You got to stay away from. You got to stay about 300 feet away from the school with that face. Holy shit!
Scum stash.
Like, sir, we saw you
He's-
walking next to a
He's
school.
passed
You-
away, by the
We
way.
need
So
you to come to the. We need you to come to the station, please.
we're calling it
Yeah, we're
dead
not
man.
talking about him. We're talking about the 70s mustache.
Freaking
Yeah.
disgusting.
Oh man, this is that maquette. I didn't realize how giant that is.
Yeah,
That's probably. I would say that if Tom made that, that's a $800, $1,000 piece.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that'd be fair.
1,200.
Yeah,
Wow.
especially with all the details of like the skulls and shit on top of the
Yeah.
staff and everything. Oh yeah, for sure.
And he's got to make the staff out of metal, otherwise, whatever it is going to bend over time on the weight.
Hmm.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that would be awesome, man. Thanks for sharing that, Chris.
Sure.
All right, Tuscan Town. Michael did. Yeah, just to say again, Michael did say he didn't see him making a third piece.
Yeah,
Did-
right. Yeah,
that.
that's a good solid 2 pieces together though. That's nice.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
I feel like I remember a third piece. Am I imagining that?
That's what he's.
He talked about a third piece, but he said
Yeah,
he didn't know if it was going to happen because, it'd be huge, and
I know, but didn't we see images of it? Wasn't there images of a third piece? No.
I showed you a 3D render. I can show it to you guys. later,
I didn't know. I saw it else. I saw it somewhere else.
but I showed it to you.
Okay. All right. Next up is another just a little bit of NYC news. I was showing here a second ago. Dan Lee posted some pictures of Kit Fisto. So remember how
Oh, wow.
we
That's
thought
great.
Isla Secura was amazing?
jeez,
Right.
look at
Wow.
Kit Fisto. Holy shit,
All right.
Compared to the size of that.
Ah! Yeah.
dude! Is that how? Is he actually that big?
Well, she's a little bit in the background, right? So there's a little bit of a forced perspective. Because look at Plo Koon. Plo Koon looks tiny.
Yeah, but he's on the same level as Shakti, right? Like the same like plane. I mean, Shakti looks like his daughter. It looks like he's like gonna take her to school.
So to tell you, I have all these statues, and in person he doesn't look like he's that much bigger. There's something going on in this picture that makes him look giant compared to him. But I guess my point was, Isla Secura, we thought that statue was absolutely beautiful with the light up features and the plants and all that. Kit Fisto blows her out of the water.
Really?
Just
Crazy.
yeah, it's nuts, dude.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
How cool.
Yeah, thanks to Dan for sharing these pictures. Look at that.
That's awesome.
It actually came with see these tentacles with the silver cuffs around them?
Yeah.
It actually came, there's 3 silver cuffs. You actually can swap out for regular leather cuffs.
Oh wow.
And I don't know why that is.
Mm.
Is there some sort of comic book thing or whatever behind them? I wasn't expecting 3 additional swap out tentacles.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Steve, how does this head come together? Like, is this like one piece that has a certain amount of tentacles and then some are swap out? Like, what's the deal?
Yeah. So the head has basically 11. I think it's 11 stubs for tentacles
Oh, and then you hook into the where the
where the
things
cup
meet. Yeah, I
where,
got you. Okay,
yeah, and each one is keyed differently,
that's smart.
and there's like it gives you a good diagram with the numbered, and if you look closely inside the key, well, inside the female end, you can actually see real faintly like a number on it, so
Yeah.
it kind of helps you figure it out.
How deep do you have to look into the female end? Kind of, just a little bit.
Just about I don't know,
Half a
centimeters.
couple centimeters. All right.
Look at the size of that head.
Damn, that is crazy. That's really cool.
Yeah, dude.
Beautiful.
Yeah, those are those Wara bubbles I was telling you about.
Wow, that base is killer. The eel, is that an eel? That's freaking sick.
Yep, it's a full size eel.
Damn.
The only thing I notice about the statue is you see this white and brown coral in the front.
Mm.
Everything seems to be made out of poly, except for that piece of coral seems to be made out of PVC. It's like a definitely different weight, different feeling to it. It's like it's almost it's you can actually tell it's a different material. It may be because it's too big.
It's cool though.
All
I
right.
like it. It's killer.
Yeah. Okay. Next up is an update on two tubes from Ben. This is the Hyperdrive exclusive. And I guess he just spent some time on the breather. And he was sharing his sculpt on that.
Cool.
I've been talking to him a lot about the sculpt on the two tubes. And I can tell you that sculpt is going to be about as damn accurate as you possibly can get. And
Well, he's just basing it off of what? Like, where's he getting his?
Yeah, I'm hoping that at some point he does a video and talks about that.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to share it just yet, but it's it's a really hard sculpt to get right. You've noticed that he's been posting a lot of pictures of his sculpt
Sure.
over and over again. You can tell it's really hard to get right. It's very organic and whatnot. And those I would think are particularly hard to do. But based on what he's told me, I don't think there's any way he can get any better than he has. And then I think he had this, so then I'm trying to remember what the story was on this. What do you say here? Worked on the breather, reached out to his friend Sebastian and commissioned him to whip one up. Okay, yeah, so he's commissioning the breather. So very good to see the progress on that. I like the frequent progress updates. That's, it's good to have.
That's really
all right.
cool.
Do we still have Chris and Jason out there?
Yeah, man.
Somewhere.
Okay. All right. So next up is Hot Toys, and they released glam shots of the KX Enforcer droid.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Very Terminator looking here.
It's cool though. So is this made the same way? Does this have die-cast legs?
You got it. I don't know that for sure, but you got to think so.
You would think so.
Did you have the figure? Did you have the Hot Toy?
I did it. Yeah, at one point it's fantastic. It was one of my favorites.
Yeah, for sure. Especially the joints, right? With the holes in them.
Mm-hmm. It was just a very well built, solid figure. And it's so tall. Like you don't expect it to be that as tall as it is. It's freaking huge. I love it. So is that out or is that?
These are glam shots.
Yeah, they're released. Yeah.
So yeah, it's out.
Oh, this is out already. Okay. This is a great piece.
Yeah, it's nice.
Well, out or about to be out, right? Because this is, I think the glam shots come right before they start releasing
Yeah,
it.
I do. I like the weathering on this too.
Yeah,
Looks good. Looks good.
it's probably printed weathering though.
Well, it always is, but it still looks good. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. But you can tell, like, if you look close enough, you can tell, like, oh, that's been printed because it uses kind of like a,
yeah.
like little. You can see the pixels. At least I can in some of the weathering.
Still looks killer.
Yeah, no, it does look good. All right, so that's about out, and then well, I this was the up here for CC.
Yeah, I'm sure.
This is fantastic.
I can't. She doesn't get Hot Toys, right? She doesn't buy Hot Toys. I can't imagine she'd pick something like this up, but it is really.
You would think that she would make an exception for this.
Maybe. Man, he's craggly, isn't he? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Just like a old shitty piece of leather. They're just like, man, we got to make him look as old as possible.
Have you watched the Flash trailer?
Yeah, it's really yeah. It looks good. It looks like a good movie.
It's just like parallel timelines, multiple versions of a character, right? It's like, God, dude, this was just done.
I know, but I think it's gonna have some pretty cool things to it. From what I've heard, it's supposed to be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But
this collar is kind of lame. I don't know the way this collar is done.
What was that? Like,
like see this like loop of fabric around his neck and then going down to the.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, is that what they had though? Is that like?
I don't know. It might be legitimate to the design,
right?
But it looks like, I don't know, like he got his head stuck in a beer tab or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks really bad there.
Yeah, that's not great. I mean, what does he look like with his helmet? Does he have the helmet? Do they have the helmet on? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. So it like kind of covers it up, huh?
Oh, it's that material. It's that is
that Spider-Man material?
Yeah, right.
Damn, still looks
that's cool.
Freaking that's good cool. Though. Yeah, that's cool.
This is a fantastic figure.
Gonna get Jay?
I'm not gonna purchase it, but I think this one is I think this is a 10.
Damn, he's old, dude. He looks like he should be. He's like he stepped out of an iron lung and got into that suit. Look at that. Look at his.
It almost looks like Two-Face is wearing the bat suit.
Holy shit!
All right. So that's that. All right, moving on to Sideshow. Something else, not Star Wars, but I am very tempted on this one. If anybody out there is a Maiden fan, they're starting up a line of premium format for music.
Oh, interesting. Smart.
Dude. I mean, such a good design.
Yeah, that is. That's killer.
Oh.
So what else do you think they'll do?
What else?
What could they do?
Well, what other mascots are there? Well, I mean, there's plenty of Iron Maiden mascots, plenty of Eddie versions of Eddie that they could do, like a ton.
Let's hope they don't just do that. But like, what else is there? I mean, that's what I'm wondering. Jason, do you have any ideas of what else they could do?
What, for this line?
Yeah, for the line.
Oh yeah, they could do works by Pushead for Metallica piece. I mean, they could do more Iron Maiden character. I mean,
the devil for Jump in the Fire by Metallica. Do you guys know that?
Yeah,
one?
Mm.
They could do him, like this orange horned beast. They could do.
I mean, they can put Eddie here in almost any
Yeah, here's here's
sort of
Eddie
character form.
in the mummy mode, right? Yeah, they don't. I don't think they say.
What's the line called? Is it
Let's see.
is it part of a?
Sounds like a 501st.
Oh,
figure.
wait a second. Wait a second. It says the premier collectible in our officially licensed series hailing the heavy metal legacy of Iron Maiden.
Yeah, it's only Iron Maiden, right?
Only
So
Iron
it'll be a
Maiden.
bunch of different Eddies.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, God. That is
Steve's
so
just
cool.
gonna have to. Steve's just gonna have to get every single one of them.
Dude, Eddie's like, there's so many awesome versions of him. But this one is particularly cool. I think you just have to have one of these, just one, put it next to the records, and that's it. I can't.
No, it's great. It's just when they come out with the next one, you're gonna say, you know what? All you need is just two, just two, and put them next to the records.
Let's see. Can I go to the next?
Great statue.
Nice.
Too bad they don't give you like a sneak preview of like some of the other ones. Why
Yeah.
not give you a little sneak peek at the line just so you know
Yeah,
what's
right.
coming and you might be interested in. Iron Maiden.
Iron here.
Iron. You wrong.
Did you see the commercial for Paramount when he's like talking to all the characters?
Which one?
It's like he's checking in like Dora the Explorer and like all the cartoon characters. Like it's like you haven't seen that one.
I don't know if I have.
I'll have to show it to you.
All right. Next up is an update from Kyber. Kanan. Only 16 Kanans are going to be produced.
Oh wow.
That one was not very particularly popular. And then he says here for
Are you
Dooku-
getting that, Steve? Or
No, I won't
no?
get Kanan.
Okay.
For Dooku, the factory's finally finished producing the glass for the base, so soon everything will be assembled and a finished prototype will be shown. That one's really dragging out.
Mm.
Kind of like getting old at this point. How long it's taken. And then
He's making Janelle Anakin Skywalker. Or is that General?
I'm sure it's General. Okay, so they're doing a General Skywalker next week. Okay. Yeah.
The one-third Janelle Anakin Skywalker. That's cool.
And then Dan did a little tease here of potentially doing an Ahsoka bust.
That's cool. I just want the
That's a
rebel.
cool set of busts.
I just want the rebel helmet. The Rebel Vader helmet. That's.
I think he. What did he? Did he agree with that?
He said something about it, but
In our last chat, right?
yeah, he said something about it, but
Yeah.
that's kind of what I would like to see.
You know, when I look at the Ahsoka, obviously the Ahsoka goes with this Vader.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had to pick an Ahsoka bust, this would probably be the last one I would choose.
That style, the Rebels.
Yeah, like the 20-something-year-old Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of the Lecu and all that on this one.
Mhm.
But it's cool that he's making it.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah. So let's see. Up next. Oh, okay. Chris, are you there, man?
He's having trouble with his internet.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you guys ready for some dumpster fire time?
Jeez, is it?
Rock and roll.
They have more of them? How
Dude.
many? How often do they make these damn things?
There's there's dumpster fire time, dude. Okay, here we go. First up, not too
Oh my
bad.
It's not
Piggy.
great.
Piggy time.
The body doesn't look too bad.
Get in my belly.
Damn. Does he have eyes?
They do. They do look pretty empty, don't they?
I don't know about this one.
Dude, where are they?
That is
Looks like a
weird,
mask.
man. They're really sunk in there, huh?
Well, they did it like a man in a mask versus
Yeah.
like a Gamorrean guard,
Yeah.
which actually isn't that's it's kind of accurate to how we see it in the show.
It's kind of accurate, yeah. It just looks weird.
All right. And then next up is Endor Leia.
Interesting.
Don't think we've talked about this one in the past. I can't remember.
I mean, I see Leia.
She got too much makeup on.
Yeah. At least it's very. Is this a render or is this like for reals? Because it looks like very plasticky. Oh, she just looks tired.
Isn't this the
Her
woman
eyes,
you
she
dreamed,
looks like she hasn't
you
slept in a
dreamed up
week.
as a kid, Matt? Right?
This looks like someone that just lost the rebellion. Like everything has just been sucked out of her. All the hope's been sucked out.
This looks like day 3 of the 104-degree temperature.
Ah,
Honestly,
so bad.
it's so
Like it's just super
hard.
humid on Endor, and she's just like, oh,
yeah.
been sitting out in front of this bunker for 3 days.
Not particularly great.
Not great. I mean, I see her though. I see her, but
Blaster looks a bit truncated. Is this
Not
this is
great.
not her? No, it's not her typical blaster. This is a different one. Okay.
the helmet looks all right though.
Yeah.
I really want RS or somebody to make that helmet. I want that helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think wasn't the donut
Was that
lost
was that
fire?
was that the donut that burned up that they had?
I think so.
Suck. I really want that.
All right. All right. Oh yes. Yes.
All right, I saw this and I thought it looked okay. What do you guys think? Honest.
I mean, it's definitely not the worst I've seen, no doubt. Like you can
They
tell
got
it's
his body
him.
correct.
Yeah, you can tell it's him. Much better than. I mean, look, this is like a million times better than Dooku. Like this is at least you can tell it's him, and then at least you can put the helmet on him too, and that looks better, right?
Yeah.
I don't think General Giant does likenesses very well at all. So like, I think if you can put a helmet on one of them, that's the way to go.
Yeah. All right. And then. Oh yeah, I had to put.
Oh
this
my
one.
gosh, dude!
Oh,
Holy
no.
shit!
Who's that?
Are they trying to like smash? Are they trying to get him right, or is it like Brad Pitt smashed with?
no.
It's like Brad Pitt smashed with like freaking
Dude, it reminds me of Conan when they used to do face mash. If this person and that person
yeah,
got together,
right,
yeah,
right.
that's what it looks like. Face mash.
Who's the guy that played Penguin in Batman recently? What's his face? What's his name?
Oh,
Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
No, not
Colin
Colin.
Farrell
No,
played
not Colin Farrell.
Penguin?
No. What's his name?
It is Colin something though.
Gosh, what's his name?
I always call him Colin Farrell by accident too.
Come on, look, this is spot on. Come
No,
on,
get the hell out of here, dude.
look at him.
This looks blatant, like they were trying to avoid paying licensing fees for his likeness.
Yeah, right.
Coogee says
They're like,
Coogee
come
goes,
on, that isn't Chris
yeah,
Hemsworth.
Bardem.
Harvey Bardem. Oh my gosh! No way, dude.
I don't even know who that is.
I love people seeing different people in these things. That's amazing. That's how bad it is. You can just like throw out a name. Like everyone thinks of something different when they see these freaking, characters. It's crazy.
Just when you think they couldn't make that movie any worse.
This is so bad, dude.
No, it's awful.
Gosh,
Oh, God, really?
who's the guy I'm thinking about?
It's Colin Farrell.
It is Colin Farrell, right?
Yeah.
Then
It looks like-
we would think of the comedian.
No, that's Colin Farrell is the guy who played Bullseye and he was Penguin in Batman.
Yeah, exactly.
I know that's what we said, but
It
when-
looks
when
like
we said
him.
no,
It looks like him mixed with Brad Pitt, mixed with the guy that actually plays.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan, the guy who plays what's his name on The Walking Dead?
Yes, that does look like him. That right
Negan.
there looks like him.
Negan.
Negan.
Oh,
Yep.
again,
It does look like Negan.
Mm-hmm. That's really.
I
cool.
think no.
Just
The
put a
problem is
bloody
when we
bat
say
in his
Colin
hand and it's
Farrell,
good to
people
go.
think of Will Farrell. That's
Yeah.
the issue.
no, I don't think of Will Ferrell when I hear Colin Farrell.
Well, the last name I meant.
It's
He's
a bunch of.
he's extra
Dude.
tan here too.
It looks like they were looking at like 4 or 5 different people. They put 4 or 5 different people up on a screen and were like, mix all these together so that we don't have to pay licensing.
It's atrocious.
It's
Yeah,
horrible.
use Johnny's chin, Billy's lips, Eric's
Right,
nose, and
right.
Tommy's eyes.
All right, and then to the piece de resistance.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
Here we go.
I love it when people screw Luke up because everyone screws Luke up. It's
Luke
crazy.
Ski Winter.
Holy shit.
Give us a close up of that face.
Oh, look at that booty, dude.
Look at that ass.
He works
That's
out.
such. Yeah, he definitely works out.
Look
It's
at
like
that.
Found something like that one.
Yeah, dude. He's just
Oh
clenching.
yeah.
Wow.
Wow, Tommy. Little Tommy. Little Tommy going to on his he's going to Halloween as Luke Skywalker.
It looks like Zac Efron.
Holy shit, that's so bad.
Yeah, it kind of does. Wow.
So I mean, who the fuck paints this and says, "Oh, I've got it. I'm done."
It's well, you know what? They're consistent. You got to give them that. They're consistently
Honestly,
bad.
you guys could, if you want the whole line, add figures. There you go.
Yeah, it's consistently really bad. So I mean, you know, you got to give them that, I guess.
I could picture Mark and his wife at night and him on his phone and be like, "Babe, they did it again." And like
Dude,
showing her the
everyone-
picture.
Everyone does it. Everyone gets
You
it
got- you
wrong.
got-
Like
They sent it back to me again.
especially after he had that car accident and wonked up his eye. And you know, now it's like nobody gets him right.
It's not even close though. It doesn't. Nobody's ever even come close to his likeness. That's
No,
the
it's
thing.
bad. It's
XM.
really bad.
XM did okay.
Sideshow sucked it up. Yeah, well, XM's is like
They
like
hit it with the
He's
helmet
got
though.
the helmet. And
yeah,
goggles.
but it's also like anime Luke when you really look
Yeah.
at him, which is I think is fantastic. But yeah, it's not quite there. But yeah, everyone screws up Luke. But this is bad. Like it's not him.
Coolgy Club says that that's a Brie Larson behind. It's
Oh,
Brie Larson's ass on Luke Skywalker.
poor Brie. Poor Brie.
God, that is just so wrong.
It looks like he's just clenching that shit up like really tight.
The weird thing about this is it makes
Got
his,
a ping pong ball up there.
makes his outfit look like it's made out of leather or something, and it was just
Yeah, they look like jeggings, like spandex. Yeah.
right. It was fabric. It wasn't leather or anything else like that. It was. So why does it look so?
But
Claw.
Gentle Giant makes. I mean, I don't know. Again, I can't. Is this a render? Is this real? But like everything they come out with looks plasticky. You know what I mean? It has that like glossy, like plasticky look.
Yeah, it's not a matte paint, matte finish.
It
It's
definitely
Yeah,
semi-gloss.
They don't get that texture right.
They're definitely not gentle when it comes to these likenesses. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
bad, guys.
This. I was just gonna say something about this. It's like they spent like hours on the belt buckle, and then the rest of it they're like, we're good. Like that took too long. Let's not do it to the rest of them. They're like, do you know how long it took John to paint that belt buckle? We can't pay him more money. Just tell him it's done. Holy shit. That sucks, dude.
So if you had a choice, all right, of spending $250 for this 6 scale statue, or going out and buying a 6 scale hot toy of Luke.
Well, a hot toy.
I mean, 99 out of 100 people would choose a hot toy.
I'd buy Gentle Giant Dooku. That's
Oh,
what I'd spend my money on.
You were on when
Rob bought it.
last week,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. I want to see him unbox that thing.
All right. Well, that's the end of the material. I did pull up some spotlight, some listener spotlight stuff. People who subscribe to our group and post things. The first thing I put out there is John Simmons did some posts of his paint on his ESB AT-ST.
Looking good.
Yeah. Interesting seeing these marks on the side here. They almost look like the beginnings of drill marks.
They are.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Disagree, Chris?
No, I'm agreeing. I said they are.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, the nice and resin kit, you have to actually drill the holes in. No. Do you?
I'm not sure.
I don't remember. If you don't, you have to define them a little better.
Yeah, you definitely have to make them a little bit more pronounced.
Looks great though.
Oh, so this is the guy Nyson?
Yep.
Yeah. That's the scratch built one I built for him on the side there.
Which one did you do?
I built a scratch built head for him.
Oh, the head. Okay.
Yeah.
The finished head or the one on the left?
The one on the left.
Okay.
It's just made from styrene from scratch. It took like an afternoon.
I do like that blast mark. It's neat.
That's cool. Yeah, it's nice.
John,
Nice paint job.
So thanks, John, for sharing that. And then Andy Lee was posting a whole bunch of X-Wings that he's working on.
Andy Lee, we met him at John Con, right? Is that the one that brought the snow speeder to Jason?
No, it's Andy Preston.
Okay. Yeah, these look great.
Yeah, man. So are they just like, you think that they're all different, or you think that this is just like an order of work? Because clearly it almost looks like a sequence of
look at the stripes on the wings.
Yeah, they're just the different pilots, the different.
Oh, okay. They're not all the same. Okay.
No.
Yeah, look at the wings right there. You have the 2 stripes, 3 stripes, and probably
okay.
5 at the end. Yeah. They're just different color schemes for each X-Wing.
Looks like he's got a nice shop with a built-in vacuum system, dust collection.
Yeah. That's probably hooked up to a CNC.
Yeah.
Now, these are Captain Cardboard kits.
Oh, look at this clapperboard here. Director Andy Lee. Interesting.
Which one is the one on the bottom there, Jason? That's red 12. Right? With the greenish black front.
Let's see. Let me blow my screen up. Yeah. That's wow. That's green, huh? I'm on my 13-inch screen.
It's like green and then black over top.
Yeah, it is. These are well painted too.
Yeah, Andy always does a good job. Go to the next picture and look at the stripes on that one, Steve. It's red 12.
Oh, okay.
And on each X-Wing, Steve, the engine cans are painted different as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of X-Wings. A lot.
Sure. Yes, that's really cool. Thanks for sharing that, Andy. Very neat. And then another model. Some amateur was doing this sandcrawler here. Lots of panel work here, huh?
Yeah, each one of those is cut and glued. Each one cut. All the edges are sanded. Measured off of reference. Actually, I can show you another picture of that I just took today. I got a lot further on it. I'll send it to you in a minute.
Somebody was saying it looks like the inside of a 3D printer.
Inside of a 3D printer?
Yeah, this and I agree. It did kind of remind me of a 3D printer. Like the open
Just
end.
like the schematics, a layout of one, yeah.
Yeah. I decided I decided to do the inside. That's the Jawa's basement. And I'm gonna put like a floor there and do a whole bunch of stuff above it. So, and then that panel comes off with a magnet.
Okay.
See if I can send this to the group. Nope, not that one. I'll put it up. But yeah, I've been like, I really have been just going crazy with this thing, spending way too much time, and like my wife is like, you got to get out of that garage, and even Jason's like, all right, you got to get over the sandcrawler already.
Yeah. Are you gonna pull up the picture?
Yeah, I'm working on it. It's not, things just aren't working right for me. There. Maybe. And sharing is a lot more difficult than it used to be, isn't it, Steve? Like, it's so many more steps.
You guys have trouble with StreamYard. I just never have.
It's just been driving me freaking nuts.
I despise StreamYard.
So do I. I just absolutely.
I can pull up the image. Let me just save
pull it up. I'm not seeing what I'm doing
I just
wrong.
want to save it as the downloads because there's other images. All right, Finder, downloads.
I just sent it to the group.
No, downloads, you dingus. All right, here we go. How about you go over there? Share the screen again.
It says the browser has blocked my screen.
Yeah, I don't think I have like almost no problems with StreamYard. You guys all the time. It's weird. All right, so here we go.
It's not, you say like it's us. No, it's StreamYard.
No, I'm not saying it's like I don't mean to say it's you. I'm just saying I never have any problems. So I have like no idea what you guys are going through.
Oh yeah, it has been pretty smooth for you, huh?
Yeah, I mean the only time is a little while back I got this issue where when I tried to share a screen there was a permissions issue, but that's gone. That doesn't bother me anymore. Anyway, here's that picture.
Yeah, you don't have it up.
Well, shoot, maybe now I'm having a sharing issue.
There you go.
No, you're running into the same thing, Chris. That's what Chris is talking about.
Yeah, I know what the heck.
It's like an additional step, or yeah.
It's extra steps and just takes forever to get it on.
Because like lately, I think our last two shows, we'd be talking, and then Chris would be like, "Yeah, so this piece here and that," and I'm like, "I can't see anything on the screen."
Yeah.
So you think you shared it, but you haven't yet.
See if I got it.
Go for it, Chris.
I'm trying. What the hell the
No,
problem
it's on my screen. I've got it on the screen.
Oh, okay. All right. You got it finally. So that's pretty much almost done. There's so many kit parts on there and spending so much time just measuring and making sure it all lines up with the other parts that are next to it. And It's just and then you're waiting for models to come in so that like you can go forward with what you want to do, and it's just I love it. I absolutely love it. I find myself going out in the garage and just staring at it.
Hmm.
So it's almost that there's like I'm waiting for maybe 5 pieces to finish that.
Nice. All right. Next up is Dill. Shared his full snowtrooper costume, armor, whatever you want to call it. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, that's cool.
Those boots are filthy. Yeah,
They are. Those are dirtier than mine. I wonder if he got it extra weathered, because that looks very heavily weathered.
it is.
It does, yeah.
It's a lot more than mine is. Or maybe he did it. No, I don't think he did, because he just pulled it out and started posting pictures.
And then Boba Fett on the throne is arriving. So this is Paul sharing his. Looks pretty big. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty big.
How big is it?
Well, look at the size of the plaque.
Oh. Well, Michael's plaques are smaller, though, right? They're smaller
Yeah,
than...
but still, dude.
Yeah. That's quarter scale, right?
Yeah.
Shipping that had to be a nightmare.
Yeah.
Now, is he doing the Fennec?
I don't think he's announced one.
No. The one that, like, oh, he's got a tomato right there.
Yeah, but tomatoes are all different sizes. Come on, man.
That could be a cherry tomato.
That'd be a cherry tomato. So that's pretty cool. Thanks, Paul, for sharing that. And then Aaron got a lot of pickups from his May the 4th deals. Looks like he picked up Sabers.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool. Man, I wish I had an opportunity to get that deal. Like cow, 40% off, I think it was.
Are those? What are
Jeez.
those? What sabers are those?
They're from Sabers with a Z.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a fantastic set. Fantastic.
Oh, that's
But
Solo
got
Fates.
he got his gaffy stick in.
Nice. Yeah, those look good.
I've got like 6 months left on my payment plan. I'm just going to let it go.
For the gaffy stick.
Yeah, I'm in no. For whatever reason, I'm in no hurry to get it. I'm happy to just spend my $150 a month or whatever and wait for it to get in. A lot of prints here.
When do you think, Steve? When do you think that Tuscan's going to be coming around?
Oh, it should be soon, man. We've seen like no updates on it though.
Yeah.
But I think I have it in my. Let me just take a look. Let me take a look real quick what I have it on my schedule as coming out on.
Because that's going to be exciting.
My schedule says it should be out around. Oh, I don't even have it on mine. No, I don't have a date on it. Yeah, I don't know. But you would think it would be soon. Feels like we paid for it 8 years ago.
I know. Nice. Tell you what, man, you really hurt somebody with that thing. To me, it's unbelievable how that thing's made.
They were all different serial numbers. That's interesting. 120, 81, and 119. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, cool print.
So cool.
Yeah, great pickups, man. That's some haul for one day.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Then there was this, and I kind of wanted to get you guys' thoughts on this. So, some project, Estraluna Models and Miniatures, teaming up with Marvin Steifelhagen of Industrial Light and Modeling.
Read the name again, Steve.
Marvin
He said it
Steifelhagen?
right. He actually said it right.
I know that's why. That's why
Yeah.
nobody ever gets it right.
I'm good
Yeah.
with names. If there's, I'm not good at many things, but names I'm good with. But so this is kind of interesting.
So this is the little piece you see in all the costumes. Okay.
A little
it's a
what?
tiny piece.
It's what?
This is the piece you see on a lot of the costumes.
Piece.
throughout.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Throughout. Well, it's not. It's a combination of a bunch of pieces for models, but they used it for the costumes. And this thing's pretty tiny, right? It's not that big. But I kid you not, this is about $1,000 in kit parts right there.
Shit.
Click
Really?
over, Steve. Go to, yeah, I want to see what. Yeah, it's the thing they put on there. Yeah. I think the Calrissian one you can see better. Yeah.
Oh, is there C-Lab on there? Jason,
I think so. Let me see.
the circles.
C-Lab, KF. There's a bunch.
Yeah, there's C-Lab on the bottom there.
Those are actual wires, aren't they? With little forked connectors on the end.
Looks like a telephone terminal or something.
Yeah. Neat.
Are those circle C-Labs?
No, those aren't. No, those aren't C-Labs. I'm trying to think what those are from. I don't know all these pieces off the top of my head, but I do remember looking at a few of the kits listed in this, and it's a pricey one.
Yeah, anything Marvin makes is going to be pretty freaking
This
awesome.
is bang on. Yeah.
So it says, more details soon. Drop any thoughts or interests. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So I thought that was kind of a neat little piece.
It's cool.
And last but not least, got Tony. Shared a picture of his reuse that just came in with an absolutely awesome background. Look at everything that's going on in his background in that photo.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, Tony's got a nice. I know he always complains about the lack of space he's got, but I think he's got a nice little room there. I like it.
Yeah.
He's done a great job with with the lack of space, though. He's looks good.
Yeah. All right. So that is it. It's a kind of a slow news week. Chris, I don't know if do you want to share that Macquarie? Is that no, that's not Macquarie. That was a print you got recently. Were you trying to share that?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold on. I'm trying to unmute myself. Yeah, I actually forgot. I did get something that I'm really happy with. I don't know if I showed this before or not, but I got this Sandcrawler print from Malcolm Tween.
That's right. Yeah.
A nice print.
Yeah, I got it. Talked to him about it at Celebration, and he said he might have one left over, and he told me just to email him and see he was going to look and see if he had it at home. So I did, and he told me he had it, but there was a miscommunication with emails that was going into my spam, so I didn't talk to him, and he went away for 3 weeks, and now he's back, and he's going to send it to me. So it's like, what was it? What is this, Jason? You said this was a printer proof?
This is the printer's proof, yeah.
Okay, printer's proof, yeah. So, yeah, it's beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's probably not a perfect print, right? It's probably got some like printing things to it, right?
Well, from
I
what
think
Jason
it's-
said, it's maybe more vibrant than the rest of the run or something, right?
Yeah, they probably has a CIMAC code on it. It's probably got the registration marks on it, and then the colors might vary slightly. The hues, depending on, they were proofing them, so they probably made a
Right.
handful and went through,
Right.
and yeah, so it might vary a little bit from the run, not much, but
Yeah, it's
the
pretty
thing is,
significant since I don't buy prints at all.
Yeah,
So
it's a beautiful print though.
this is a fantastic image.
and
I like
what
the
I
stone
like
trim
about it,
design.
what I like about it a lot is that he actually took the time to make it more accurate and found kit parts that look a lot very similar to the real ones. So like down this line here and over here, you can tell. So yeah, I really like this one. It's gonna probably be here in a couple days. So it's one of the pickups I actually did get.
Cool.
Very, very cool.
Very awesome.
All right, guys. Well, yeah, as I said, slow news week this week. I think May the 4th, kind of everybody shot their load during that one. And so now we're just kind of recovering from that. But still a couple good, cool pre-orders going on right now. We got the Regal Robot maquette coming out, and then what's Michael doing? Michael's doing the Tuscan Town. Yeah. So get them while you can.
Everyone shot their load into Nine Numb's mouth. Poor bastard.
Vagina nostrils.
It's a tough face to have to grow up with.
All right. Any upcoming shows worth talking about, or should we just wrap it up?
Jason and I are planning on doing shows where we are going to go through the Chronicle vehicle book. So
nice.
We're going to go make
Gonna
3
do
episodes.
New Hope, ESB, and Return of the Jedi, right? The 3, split it up into 3.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay. Well, thanks everybody for joining us tonight, and we will catch you again in 2 weeks. Have a good one.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good night.